Hey hey, welcome to Half the Battle, and welcome back to the summer of vehicles and playsets.
Today, we're taking a look at one of the weirder pieces of equipment the Joes had. So meet the Mobile Battle Bunker. This vehicle was released in 1990 with all original parts. And first impressions, it looks tough but weird. Now, you'd think that by 1990 unrealistic vehicles would be the norm in the G.I.Joe line, but that same year gave us the Hammer, which is just a souped up Humvee. I think it's nice you could get both in the same year.
Just shows how there was something for everyone.
I'm also happy that in 1990 we hadn't gotten to the neon colors yet. So the Battle Bunker can exist with a simple yet very nice color scheme of mostly green with some silver and black bits. I mean, imagine this thing in neon yellow or something.
Ugh.
I do have one problem with the toy's design philosophy. When you think bunker, you think of something that people get inside of to be protected from bombs, enemy fire, etc. And at first glance, this does look like a pretty fortified vehicle where you're safe inside of it. So then, why in the hell are there two seats right on top of the thing?
Does that look safe to you?
I mean, it's a bit better than the Havoc where the driver is totally exposed, but there's still a big target sitting there. The seating area is also where you get the most detailing. There's buttons and handles between the seats, plus more buttons and gauges in front of them. It looks like this is the main operational section of the bunker, which makes the location extra weird since it's so exposed. I know the real world reason is play value, but it just doesn't look right. Weapons include twin guns on top that can move up or down about 90 degrees and turn 360 degrees, meaning you can point them right at the people sitting there, and two twin cannons on either side that can move 180 degrees. There's also a battering ram on the front.
That's fine and all, but I would have expected it to have missiles too.
I wonder why there aren't any. Hasbro usually adds missiles to everything.
Well, actually, this thing has got some tricks up its sleeve. You might even say it's more than meets the eye.
You see, the top half elevates and opens up the bunker, which reveals a missile launcher with 5 missiles that, thanks to the mechanism, also elevates. I know you're not seeing 5 missiles here, I only have 2, so you're just gonna have to use your vast power of imagination to picture all 5.
But that's not all.
The vehicle's treads can move downwards to lift the whole thing up, making it even taller. It's a pretty neat feature. I know I made a Transformers reference earlier, but since there's no robot mode, a more apt comparison would be to Mask. Though that's not perfect either, since Mask had normal, innocent-looking vehicles that changed into a battle mode, while the bunker just has 2 battle modes.
Still, I do have to wonder.
Mask as a toy line was dead by 1990, and Hasbro was gonna buy Kenner the next year. So maybe the Mobile Battle Bunker was a test to see if Hasbro could make Mask vehicles in the G.I.Joe scale. But since nothing ever came of that, I'm not that confident in my own theory.
But just imagine what could have been.
Anyway, with the bunker opened up, you can see there's room for exactly 1 figure. So this whole thing, the very concept of a moving bunker meant to protect people, can only protect 1 guy. Now, obviously room was needed for the missile thing, so much in fact that it's off-center to accommodate even 1 seat.
But it's still weird.
I think that at one point they were gonna have it be a 2-seater, since there's sticks on the left side, the figure inside has no way of reaching. I don't even want to call the right side the driver's seat, because although there are controls there, they are also on the top. Actually, sitting there might be a bad idea regardless, since that's very close to where the missiles launch.
Speaking of driving the thing,
This toy, despite being fairly big, did not come with a figure. I knew Hasbro was gonna cheap out somewhere after giving us the cool opening mechanism. For what it's worth, the box art shows Ambush below, but he's clearly not driving the thing as he's busy shooting. Topside and Bullhorn are on top, but it's still not clear who's driving. Bear? The last thing I'll say is that all seats had these clips to hold the figures in place, which I've always found annoying, especially compared to the pegs that did a good job with earlier vehicles. At least there's still foot pegs on the back to hold 2 more Joes.
so that was the toy.
Overall, I think it's a fun vehicle with lots of play value and has a great color scheme. It almost makes me think of it as a smaller version of the Mobile Command Center. And that was the only toy the Mobile Battle Bunker ever got. It didn't even get a retool or repaint in the more modern toy lines, which is a bit of a shame.
Now let's take a look at it in other media.
In the comics, it only shows up in like 3 issues. The debut is spectacular though, as it's dropped from the Defiance shuttle for an emergency extraction mission. Of course, this story isn't famous for the battle bunker. It's famous because it's the arc where a whole bunch of Joes get killed. Duke commandeers the vehicle to get some payback, and you'll notice how it can carry a whole lot more people than the toy. It does appear that the driver's seat is inside here. In the end, the bunker survives the battle, and the last time we see it is when it's used to carry the bodies of the fallen Joes to the base camp. A grim reminder that war is hell.
Anyway, in the cartoon, it was used to play a football game against Cobra.
No, I'm not kidding. See my review of the Deke cartoon episode Pigskin Commandos for more information.
Or go watch the actual cartoon episode, whatever.
The bunker does show up quite a lot in the Deke series as a support vehicle, so they did the job of selling the toy, at least a lot more than the comic did.
Speaking of selling,
it was featured in a commercial along with Destro's Dominator, and just look at how much better the animation looks than the Deke one. A glimpse at what could have been.
Stupid penny-pinching Hasbro.
And that was the Mobile Battle Bunker. A pretty cool vehicle that one day I'm gonna have real trouble deciding what tier to put it in. Weird or good?
But that's a conundrum for another day. Well, I'll see you next time, everybody. And hey, why not like, share, and subscribe if that's your thing?